Ballard Innovative Products is a full line of gear for the lawn and landscape professional, weekend warrior, or home and garden enthusiast. From mower gear, safety gear, trailer racks, equipment securement, equipment servicing tools, chute blockers, snow removal tools, and much more to make you efficient, effective, safe, and profitable in the field. Be sure to check out the Ballard-Inc.com website to help dominate and elevate your business this season. With over 23 years selling accessories and 30 years in the business, we're sure we've got something you can't live without. And new to 2023, we have the Hybrid Gold Blades. These are the most versatile, longest-lasting blades on the market. Check Ballard-Inc.com often as there's new gear being added all the time. Don't forget to use Brian's 10 to save 10%. Stay safe and keep grinding. Ballard.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, on today's podcast episode, it is going to be get ready for it, a short and sweet episode, talking about having a fighting spirit. And frankly, I wanted to just relate a couple of stories here. Can I just not do a speech and not do a talk here and just share how I'm feeling at the moment? Just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, just how I'm feeling at the time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an interesting turn of events, just real life. Liz and I have been dealing with some nonsensical stuff. Some of it's in our control, some of it's out of our control. A lot of it is actually out of our control because we're not here to self-inflict anything that to our schedule, to our finances, to our bandwidth, as you guys would imagine. And I do have to be a little bit elusive on this podcast episode. I'm sure the full story will come out once we're completed. I rarely talk about a problem that we have unless there's a solution or we've already overcame it. It's kind of a rule that Liz and I have in life. We don't talk about our problems. We talk about our solutions. Once we've conquered those problems or obstacles or opportunities, then we'll talk about it. We like to share the testimony. We like to share the win, the victory. We don't like meandering in the maze of, this nonsense that we have to deal with or any other problem, just like you guys. And frankly, I don't think you guys want to hear about our problems. I heard somebody say 50% of the people don't care about your problems. The other 50% are glad that you have them. I think I read that in a book with like Zig Ziglar back in the day. And that's fair. That's true. So nobody wants to talk about problems, but I will talk about being solution-oriented, being a fighter, is what I just wanted to communicate. And I don't know how to deliver a thought or a conversation about being a fighter or being, making sure that you have, that you're not somebody that just gets pushed over easily. What I mean specifically is we're dealing with some stuff with our pole barn, our property, some neighbors, some different things, some zoning stuff. And, where there's a will, there's a way. Obviously, there's it just takes some time, some energy, some focus, some bandwidth to procure typically what you're trying to do. Now, I'm not saying you can get water out of a rock. You might be able to. I don't know. That's above my pay grade. Everything that we're trying to do is within reason, within code, within spec, logical. Everything's good to go. Like we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's. But you get pushback. You get challenges. You get sometimes blindsided, sometimes sucker punched. Sometimes you get the carpet pulled out from underneath you. And this isn't about building a house or a barn. It's just in life. It's just in life, in general, just in business in general. And, I've found that there's like two types of people, man. I have no notes here, but man, I'll just tell you, I found that there's two types of people. You got your passive people that kind of let life happen to them, or they're laissez-faire, or they're just, hey, whatever. They roll with the punches. They're reactionary. They're short-term thinking. And I'm sure I could, make a laundry list of that personality type or person type. The other side is you're a fighter. You're trying to craft. You're trying to build. You're trying to make something happen. You're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to be let down in terms of have your dreams snuffed out. You're not going to, like if you get a credit application for a truck or a mower and you get denied. Some people just say, well, I guess I don't have any credit. That's person A. Person B says, well, I'm not approved with that bank. There's 5,000 other banks in this country, 50,000 banks in this country. I don't know. Half of them fail, and they lend out money any which way. So why can I not get another shot? Even if you got a 450 credit score or 600 credit score or whatever, I don't know. It's not ideal, maybe for what the credit requirements were. You still have the opportunity to get a hard loan, go find a relative, somebody who's an investor in town, somebody with money, and say, hey, will you give me 50 grand? Side deal, horse trade, give me 5%. Or I'll give you 5% on my money or 8% on my money. And you don't take no for an answer. You don't take no for an answer. When I was buying my truck in 2017, the banker was like, you guys just don't make enough money to support this purchase. You're kind of right there, but we just don't have enough coming in. And I said, well, you're basing it on the last 2 years' tax returns. You didn't look at anything that I'm doing this year. This year, my credit card slips alone, and back then I was just transitioning people to credit cards. I said, just my credit cards alone this year, the revenue, we had grown so much being like $12 more year over year. But I said, we have grown so much more just year over year, just with my credit card processing, that we've already done more than we've done the previous year. So last year, if we did like 80 grand gross in sales, this year we've already processed 80 grand gross, and it was in like October. I said, we haven't done cleanups. We haven't even billed for October. We haven't done snow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe we were going to do 100 grand or 110 grand or 120 grand in revenue that year. And the banker said, well, can you send me a screenshot of your credit card statement? I think back in the day, we were using Stripe, and I was showing him like my accounts, my monthly statements, and all this other mess. And we did. We had already garnered $80,000 in bank statements and revenue, and obviously who knows what the profit was and the income was, but it was more. It was enough. It was like, let's say, to bridge the gap, we needed another $50 to $100 a month worth of loan to value. I needed to make an extra $800 a month more to have 28% of my car loan be for the payment or my total bills, and the $600 a month truck payment back in the day, $560 a month, was part of that 28%, 28 or 36% I had to be under for my monthly income, my loan to value for the truck. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, you need to make $400 more a month would get you in there, gross, to get you that $100 a month loan to value that I need to approve you for the truck. And we did. We went to war for that stuff. We went to war. Liz and I have went to war, folks, on literally every single day for 10 years. We have went to war. We went to battle. It has been not always the most fun. It's been very exhausting. But the progress that we've made in the last couple of years has been remarkable. Remarkable for us. I don't know if it's remarkable for you guys, but it's remarkable for us. The income growth that we've had, the health growth that we've had, the spiritual growth that we've had, the marital growth that we've had, the relational growth that we've had, the financial growth that we've had, which financial is like number 4 or 5 if you can't tell on the list of like where my actual orders of priority are. But the spiritual growth, the relational growth, the marital growth, all this different growth has come from literally war, literally at a minimum a slap to a fist fight, to scorched earth philosophy or mutual assured destruction. That's how much we have been interested in fighting. And I think you have to have that spirit to a degree, because nothing is going to be given to you. We've been given no money, no privilege, no access, no people, no preference, no leg up, no starting point, no relationships, no my daddy this, my mommy that, or us in the community this, or us knowing somebody that. I've never known a single person do pretty much anything ever for any of us. Literally, we are from the scrappy, hood of Dearborn, Michigan, Liz, and I come from a double wide trailer in Childs Lake Estates in Milford, Michigan. Okay. Not exactly the most illustrious stuff. We weren't like the Trump kids or Hunter Biden. Pick your person. Okay. Like, with all that, being said, we didn't start with mommy and daddy or anything ever. And we've accumulated a little bit lately, the last couple of years, where our life is finally coming together by design. Okay, by design. By the way, we set this year and next year in 2025 that we're accomplishing are things that we've set up in 2019, 2020, 2021. It takes time for your harvest, your crop, your seed to come in, right? So you don't plant seed today and get corn tomorrow. This is a progression. The stuff that we're realizing fruit of today are things that we set in motion, the wheels in motion in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And some people don't understand that, and that's okay. But the stuff that we're dealing with, Liz and I have come to the realization we have 2 options in life. Like, wet on yourself and let life stomp on you. Or you have to stick up for yourself eventually, and you have to meet that adversary, meet that foe, meet that challenge at face. And you either have to fight back, progress forward, storm the gates, take it to the front, fight back, and hit somebody else on the chin if need be, than to just wet on yourself, or to be passive, or to let things happen, or to let life pass you by, or let the life that you were going to build get dictated by something or somebody else. And I don't know how to really teach that, but I will implore anybody listening in that if you guys do not have things quote unquote going your way, and your ways, it's always relative, it's always context, because let's say my way is one way, but somebody else's opinion is something different. I get that. But do you know how many challenges Jeff Bezos had with building Amazon, from employees to IP to theft to backstabbing to people telling secrets to people stealing proprietary info or plans or progress, or him pulling permits or getting something built, and a city blocking $100 million facility getting built in. Like, the more money I make and the bigger my life gets, the more I have reverence and appreciation and respect for people that have big lives. Right? Like, I was having a fun conversation with my friend Caleb Ballman, and people like give him crap sometimes about how dirty his barn is, his shop, and how maybe it's not perfectly kempt. It's a lot of like the paint is still drying kind of a situation. And I said on his behalf, people argue and they say, or make little jabs or little quips, and they say, your shop is a mess. And I said, yeah, what size and how big is your completed barn again? How big is your shop again? Because if you don't have one, then you don't have anything to stand on criticizing somebody else who's done that, right? There's only two ways to have the biggest tower in town. You can build somebody else's up. You can build yourself up, I should say, or you can more easily tear somebody else down. It's like what color is your Bugatti, right? That whole deal. Like, you can criticize a turd brown Bugatti, but if you don't have one, who cares what you have to say? And so that goes full circle to, I don't want anybody to ever think that it's easy. I don't want anybody to ever think, well, everybody else gets the breaks, or everybody gets this, or they always get the jobs, or they get the equipment, or they get the girl, or they get the house, or they get the nest egg, or they get the investments, or they get the breaks, or they get the ins, or they get the whatever, folks. Like, very few people is that stuff going to just water trickle down to its lowest level to you. It really works that way. You have to reach up. You have to reach out. You have to go to war. You have to jump on an opportunity. You have to take full advantage of an opportunity. You have to milk that opportunity. You have to go the full distance with squeezing everything out of that situation. And I think that's just where Liz and I came from so far back, that we've had to fight every single day, literally every single dollar, every single like, comment, subscribe, every single subscriber, every single view, every single brand deal from the social media crap, every single lawn care client. I deal with more nonsense in a day than most people deal with in a month, like just from the size of our life. And there's other people that deal with it in a day than what I deal with in a month, right? Because there's always a bigger fish, and you can zoom out, and the funnel goes upwards. Like Jeff Bezos deals with in 100 years of my life existence, he deals with that, quote unquote, in a day, or has a team that deals with that in a day, right? It's all relative based on the size of your business and your impact and your what you're trying to do with the world. My point is, you can't just be passive and let life go at its own flow, right? It's almost like you have to throw a stone in the water and change the direction of that river, change the direction of that creek. And there will be resistance, and there will be friction, and it will be difficult, and it will be challenging. And nobody puts up warning signs. Nobody puts up, hey, falling rocks on the game of life, on the path of life. Nobody says, hey, watch out, there's a landmine there. All you see is an explosion, a crater, and you go, man, I wonder what happened there, right? Liz and I came from so far back that we've had a fighting spirit, like, bro, since we met. And I think that's one of the things that keeps us together and has attracted us to each other and keeps us together, right? I heard somebody say once, and it's an old one, but I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And Jordan Peterson has said it, recently. He said, you need to be an animal. Like, you need to be a machine. You need to be dangerous, but you need to you need to be able to control that, right? And you need to be able to articulate. You need to be able to discern. You need to be able to negotiate, to compromise, to work together, to build bridges, to build relationships, to work with people, right? To see other viewpoints, to balance out your worldview sometimes, to be a little bit more moderate, to be a little bit more accepting of somebody else's opinion that maybe you do or don't agree with, because at the end of the day, we're all here on this ball of mud and we have to get along together. Doesn't mean sacrifice principle or values or standards. It just understands that you have to understand that as vehemently as you agree with something, somebody else might disagree. And vice versa, you disagree and somebody else agrees. But we have to learn to work together. And I guess my point is, at the end of this quick little rant, is you have to instill a fighting spirit. I don't know if it's a lion's heart. I don't know if it's a fighting spirit. I don't know if it's a I just won't quit, dog on a bone kind of mentality. I don't know what to describe it. But the stuff that we've been dealing with for just the last 4 or 5 days, and more stories to come, the emotional roller coaster, the financial burden, the mental focus, the relational strain that it's put on us. And I'm not asking for sob stories, or we're not victims, or I'm not asking for sympathy or empathy. Like, it's irrelevant. We're fine. But I'm like, it's fine because we have broad shoulders and we're not afraid of a fight. We're equipped for a fight. We're able to allocate and relocate resources, time, money, energy, focus, finances. We wouldn't have been able to do that if we didn't build up our fighting spirit muscle, whatever you want to call it, over the years. And we're not heroes, okay? Like, there's still some problems that will get my goat, I'm sure. But that's why you have a team. That's why you have other people that you anchor into your life, where you need to confide in, or you need to talk to, or vent, or therapy session too. And if you don't have somebody, you can buy somebody's time for $250 and do a coaching call and vent and rant and complain, and life will go on and you'll feel better about it any which way. Or you have people that you can confide in and you have trusted advisors. That's the ultimate idea or goal. I just see perhaps I've failed you guys by making it look easier than it is. I'm not a freaking hero. Frankly, I hope you guys don't look at anything that we've accomplished as success. I hope that you guys look at me saying, I'm in this with you guys. We're all on this ship, on this journey together. My boat's in the water with you guys as we all go to, the promised land, whatever you want to call it. But I hope I haven't failed you guys ever by saying it's easy, or it's not challenging, or it's not difficult. I have 100% said that it's simple. Solutions are always simple. That was my talk at Launchpreneur Academy last year. Business is simple. Life is simple. But because there's humans in it, we all make it complicated. Because there's emotion. Because there's finances. Because there's resources. Because there's people that have already became before you, and somebody is a big wig or know-it-all, or butt buddies or best friends or the good old boys, and you don't have any of those resources or opportunities in you have to forge that clan, that brotherhood, that resourcefulness. And if you don't have it, guess what? Tap on your shoulder. You're it. You need to start developing that for you and your family. Okay. Liz and I came from so far back. I think this is what created a fighting spirit with us. And the challenges that we're dealing with right now, I've said many times, and I got it from my Mr. Sean Carter, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. Okay. There's nothing that's going to get my goat, because it's nothing that sustained thought process can't overcome. There's no problem that sustained thought process can't overcome. There's no problem that me not thinking about it and taking action on it won't solve. It might take money. It might take resources. It might take an entirely different way of thinking, right? What got you here won't get you there. The same level of thinking that created a problem won't fix it, right? So I need to elevate. That's fine. That challenges me to grow. That stretches the rubber band, and I'm better for it. I am better for what I've had to go through for the last 5 days. Like Brazilian business jiu-jitsu, okay? And government stuff and neighbors and people and just humanity stuff. I'm better because of it. And I look for the opportunity. I look for the goose, not the goose, but I look for the needle in the haystack. I look for the diamond in the rough, the diamond in the coal, right? What is the lesson here? Okay, so I know I'm talking a lot of, I don't even know what you guys call it, man. A lot of elusiveness, not concreteness, but some of you I'm probably relating to in a realm or in a regard. All I'm trying to say is it's not going to be as easy as you think. You're probably going to allocate more time and more money than you think about anything. It's probably going to require more equity into it than what you think. And it will be more challenging than you think, but oh my God, will it be so much more worth it than you ever would have imagined. It will be so much more worth it than you ever imagined. Just keep fighting. Just keep moving on. Use this podcast, use this message, use this encouraging thought for fuel for the day and some motivation for the day to ponder perhaps on some things that you guys have been dealing with. But I will just tell you, have a fighting spirit, right? Do not give up. Okay. I understand there's a time when you got to like lick your wounds and take your losses and, throw up an L. I've been there. But man, it's burn the boats. There's only one option. You burn the boats and you fully commit and you exhaust everything. And when you're done exhausting everything, you still exhaust more. That's how I'm, at least. All right. That's what I got for you guys on today's podcast, the shortest podcast we've ever done. If you guys are new here, it's all about lawns, lessons, and today, a lot of life. All right. Appreciate you guys listening in. That's what I got for the Wednesday show. That's where I'm at mentally. We'll be back here Friday. We drop a new podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's all about lawn care landscaping, helping you guys grow a more successful business and helping you guys have a successful life. That is what it's all about. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for taking the time to chime in. Don't forget to hit the plus sign in the top right corner if you want to, follow the show, and you'll get all new shows downloaded to your phone. That way you guys have them when you guys are out there turning on the mowers and ready to cut that grass and make that cash, or plow that snow, make that dough, right around the corner. All right, that's what I got for you guys on today's show. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Have a great day, and we'll catch up with you here on the next one.
We've got the goods. If you're looking for one place to find all the gear, you need to jump on Ballard-Inc.com. With over 30 years in the industry and 23 years selling high-quality products, we've got your back. From mower gear, trailer racks, mower blades, safety gear, and so much more, you'll find everything you need to maximize your efforts and protect your gear in one place. And let's not forget about the new Carbide Tungsten Gold blades that'll have you wondering why it took so long to get these to market. Make sure to use Brian's 10 to save 10% at checkout. We've got a bunch of new gear coming soon, so make sure you're following Brian and Ballard to stay in the loop. Head over to Ballard-Inc.com today and get geared up. Hi, I'm Mr. Producer, and one more thing. If you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you need our free email newsletter. It's delivered 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. Join our mailing list to stay connected to the world of lawn care and get exclusive access to the latest and greatest from Fullerton Unfiltered and Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Don't miss out on this opportunity to stay ahead of the curve and elevate your lawn care game. Sign up now with the link we've provided in the show description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.